Well, welcome back and congratulations. You made it to week 3. I hope by now you're much more aware that you and I are in a spiritual battle and that we have a real, powerful enemy who doesn't just dislike us. He's actively designing schemes to distract us, to discourage us, and to prevent us from experiencing all that God has for us. So it's absolutely necessary that we understand how to engage in this battle. Now, here's the great news, is that we don't have to guess or wonder or worry about how to fight. There's a battle plan outlined for us in the scriptures, complete with strategy, armor, and weapons that we have at our disposal. Today, we're going to start to turn our attention to the different pieces of armor and the weapons provided for us as we stand and fight. Now, as a group, I'd encourage you to once again read the entire passage together in Ephesians chapter 6 from verse 10 through verse 20. It's a letter written by a follower of Jesus named Paul, and we know that as he writes these words, he's under Roman guard. He's in prison for preaching about Jesus. Now, more than likely, he could even be physically connected to this guard by a chain. And if so, that would give him plenty of time to sit and think and maybe even pray, looking at this soldier head to toe in full battle gear. So as he does that, he would then begin to draw on what he sees physically and make parallels to what we experience spiritually. What we're considering this week is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 14 that says this: "Stand, therefore, with truth like a belt around your waist." At least 4 times in this passage, we're encouraged to stand firm, or we see this word, to resist. And here we get the first piece of armor that we should be putting on, the belt of truth. Now, I don't know how you get dressed in the morning, but everyone pretty much has a routine. Underwear, probably undergarments first. If you don't do that, you're weird, okay? Let's just assume that's first. Then I typically go socks, and it's always right foot first, then left. Then I do pants, again, right leg, then left, and then shirt. Now, if it's a t-shirt, I do arms before head, and then after all that's done, if needed, the very last thing I will put on is a belt. Now, when it comes to a soldier's armor, the belt would be the very first thing they would put on. There'd be some kind of undergarment, a robe, something like that, but the belt is the first piece of armor to be put on. They would gather those garments. If they're loose, they'd pull them together, probably tuck it up under their legs and push it into their waist, and the belt would hold that all in place. Well, now you can run and you can fight. I mean, you can't fight very well when your pants are falling down. The belt would also be a wide piece of leather that would act as a support for your core, like a weightlifting belt or something you see the stocker at Home Depot wearing. It'd cover from the bottom of your ribs to the top of the pelvis. So the belt is there for support and protection. It would hold the sword. It would secure the breastplate. It's the center. It's the anchor. Nothing else stays in place without the belt. So when it comes to being battle ready, Paul says the truth, okay, so the truth firmly wrapped around our life is what enables us to stand against the devil. It's the truth that gives us stability in a world that seems to be constantly shifting and changing. The truth is what helps us to recognize the deceptions of the devil. And here in 2022, we live in a fog concerning the truth. I mean, what is truth? Is there only one truth? Can we all have different truth? Who gets to decide what is the truth? Because here is what's true. See what I did there? Every person lives by some set of assumptions or guidelines that direct our life. Those range from just be kind and to each his own, all the way over here to Jesus is the truth. So as you dive into the discussion, you're going to talk about this and you'll be exposed to what the scriptures say about truth. And the ultimate question you have to answer then is, if the belt is what holds it all together, is what you are counting on as truth strong enough and stable enough to leave you standing in battle?